What are some things you'd only know by growing up poor? 1. How to keep a 7-year-old from knowing she's poor. My mom used to take my brother and me to the soup kitchen every week to volunteer. We must always be kind to those less fortunate, she'd say. Then afterward, she'd say, "Oh, it's so late, and I don't feel like cooking. Let's just eat here while we're here." I had no idea we were there because we couldn't afford dinner. 2. You go to bed early to avoid feeling hungry. 3. When someone breaks into your house but doesn't take anything. It happened once, and I still find it funny. 4. At every restaurant, you know the cheapest thing on the menu, even when someone else is paying. You're programmed to pick the cheapest option. My friend's mom once said, "You sure like hot dogs, that's all you ever order." She had no idea why. 5. Your dad asks you for $20 so he can get to work for the week, promising to pay you back when he gets paid. 6. I'm not sure about other states, but in Minnesota, they can't shut your power off in winter because of the risk of someone freezing to death. Winter was the time to catch up on all the other bills we were behind on. 7. The first part of my childhood, I'd come home from school to an empty house. I never knew if I'd see my parents that night. There were no cell phones back then, and I was always anxious about what would happen if they did show up. So, I started walking to the library every day after school and staying until it closed just to avoid the anxiety. One of the librarians noticed me and took a liking to me. I think she saw something of herself in me. Gradually, we got to know each other. I noticed more books and my favorite genres started appearing on the shelves. One night, I went to McDonald's after the library closed. I was a quarter short for a hamburger, and she saw me asking people for change. Embarrassed, I tried to hide from her after that. Instead of leaving me alone, she started looking out for me. For over a year, she'd drop off chips, granola bars, or soda at my desk in the library. "These are extras from the break room," she'd say, even though I could hear her putting coins into the vending machine. Eventually, she started bringing me dinner every night, and we'd eat together in the break room. I opened up to her about my home life, and she became someone I could confide in, a huge relief. One day, a week before school started, she told me to meet her outside after the library closed. She handed me a brand new school backpack filled with supplies, a new outfit, and my first pair of Nikes. That's when I broke down. This single librarian, living off a modest income, had supported me for 3 years. She was more of a friend than I had ever known. She even attended all my adoption hearings to ensure I was placed with a good family. She came to my graduation and my wedding. She watched me grow up and succeed despite where I came from. I went to her funeral this summer, and it felt like losing my mother. I couldn't stop thinking about how much she changed my life. I donate to the library every year in her honor. 8. I'm hungry. Drink some water. We were probably the most hydrated kids at school. Lamau. But the thing I appreciate most is the independence I gained from fixing things myself or not wanting to ask my parents for help because I knew they were struggling too.